minute or so as we try to outpace the rain. So, in your time, let's congregate. As my mom pointed out, this isn't a funeral, it's a gathering. And so, I don't think they can. Hello! Hey everybody. Come join us. We're going to get started in just a minute here. I want to start by thanking everybody for being here today and all the rest of our lives that you've been with us. We're here for Steve. We're going to talk about him and how he impacted us. And we're going to sing a few songs, and we're going to do so before it downpours on us.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah. I think you know my mom?
Yeah, we know her.
Give this part to her.
Most people here don't know how much I hate public speaking. I do. Oh, hi. Say hi to. Well, this is overwhelming. Closer to the mic. Oh,
You can use a handheld.
I don't know. Hello?
Yeah. Like an ice cream cone.
But different.
Yes.
No calories.
Don't lick it.
I am overwhelmed at all the people that showed up for us. Thank you so much. What an amazing community we have here in little old New Britain. But I thought I would start by telling most people here don't know how Steve and I met. We met in a very romantic setting called statistics class. I was finishing my bachelor's, and he was the TA while he was working on his PhD. And we kept glancing at each other, but it was not appropriate to make a connection until my paper was in and I got my A. And I don't remember anything from that class except Steve. This is the University of Utah. So we went out, we had a first date scheduled, and we were both finally could go on a first date. And he didn't know me very well, and you can tell because he brought me Jack Daniels. No, wrong. And he asked me what instruments I play. And if I was clever, I would have said a radio. But he played an accordion, a piano, a dulcimer, and I'm forgetting one, a cello. So he was quite a musician and also wrote great songs and great poems to me. Every birthday, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever, I would get a handmade card where he wrote a poem to me, and I would get him cards that say, "I can't believe you think I wrote you a poem for Christmas." I can't do that. And we are going to be singing today, which is something he loved, and I think hopefully something you all love. Does everybody have the songs? Not everybody. Are there more?
No.
Okay.
Either find a program or find a friend.
Find a program or a friend.
The book is large for old people.
So we lived in Utah our first 6 years together, and it's a gorgeous, amazing state, and southern Utah is home to fabulous backcountry, Zion, Bryce, national parks, and we camped and everything, but he really thought real camping means backpacking, which means you don't have your car with, you park your car and then you walk in 2 miles with everything on your back. And I said, I will only go if you can figure out how to make sure I can have my New Orleans-style coffee in the morning, which means, in addition to coffee, steamed milk. And he managed to do that for me. So then he got his PhD and started looking for jobs, and this place we'd never heard of called CCSU in New Britain called and said, come on out. And he came out and had wonderful interviews with some of the people here, Brad and Laura, who's, I think, not here. She's in visiting her mom, Doug, and other wonderful people who've become incredible colleagues. So August 1991, 30 years ago, we moved here. During a hurricane, of course. And we didn't really know what New Britain had to offer. And pretty quickly we found out we had cousins. Raise your hand, cousins. Second cousins, yes. Who sort of adopted us right away and became fabulous family. And I just have to say, Steve felt very grateful about how healthy the psychology department at CCSU is. Collaborative, supportive, not gossipy. You know, some psych departments aren't that healthy. Is that a shock? But CCSU psych department is very healthy, and he really felt like he had a great career. He was planning on retiring next year. So that sucks. Yeah. The other thing that happened pretty quickly when we moved here is Matthew was going to the YWCA daycare, and through Matthew and his friends Sam and Jacob, who were 3 and 1 year old, we met the Pudlin family, and then got involved in New Britain Democratic Party politics. And we're very happy to find Democrats that were progressive and strong and active on all the issues we cared about. So that was pretty cool. And that led Steve to run for the school board and win, and he ran with Peter Kochel, who's here, Pete Rosa, who's here, Deidre Yardy, and Juan, who's in Spain. And they worked really hard for New Britain kids, and I'm very proud of that part of Steve's life. And to talk about New Britain Democrats, I have to just give a moment to say how much we miss David Pudlin, who died 3 months and 1 day after Steve. And he was very, you know, him and Nancy and our families grew up, and Peter and Linda, we all grew up together. The kids grew up together, and we grew up together, and we miss David quite a lot. Then Zoe was born in 1996, and that presented a challenge that we were really not prepared for, because her disabilities were so severe, and it was overwhelming, and we were lost. And Steve, of course, rose to the occasion and was totally an everyday partner in her care. There were times when both of us were overwhelmed and just couldn't take it anymore, but she has autism and intellectual disability and is basically a permanent 2-year-old, but now she's 25. So he did amazing work as her dad, and one of the favorite things she liked to do is hear a song called 5'2", Eyes of Blue. Everybody knows that song, right? We could sing it, but not now. And she liked to hear him play that on the piano again and again and again and again. And he wanted to play other things, but he played it again and again and again for her. Oh, and Let Me Call You Sweetheart.
Oh.
Yeah, those were the two. So once Steve got sick, it was pretty clear it was going to be bad, and we didn't know how bad or how long, but we needed help right away. And I got to give my shout out to Connecticut State Department of Developmental Services, DDS, an agency called HARC, Hartford area, HARC in Hartford. They moved quickly to find a safe and appropriate place for her. And I was very dubious that anything would work with her because she's pretty challenging, but they did an amazing job. She's been there 4 months. She moved to Wethersfield on March 8th, and she's been there 4 months, and it's working. She misses us. She really misses Steve. When we bring our car there to pick her up, she won't get in Steve's car. Like she knows something's wrong. She can't express it, but she knows something's wrong. I could go on for a long time, but I'm going to let other people speak and sing. So thank you so much. It means everything. It means everything.
Next, I'm going to invite Steve's colleague and longtime friend Doug Engwall up to help us sing the first of 4 songs. This is a John Prine number. My dad loved John Prine.
I don't know that song, so I can't do that. That's really, really easy.
This one's a little weird and quirky and like him, and exactly the vibe he would have wanted us to start with.
Big tight. Good. Yeah, big dark tight.
You can hear me here?
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me here?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to learn a song today. You know, I wanted to learn something new, didn't you? And this is Lonesome Friends of Science. Well, dedicated to all the members of the psychology department in their pursuit of science. Now the Department of Psychological Science. So, and it's the same verse over and over again. So once we go through it once, you will learn it. All right? There will be a short quiz afterwards on the second verse.
Will this be on the exam?
This will be on the exam. The exam will be immediately after the song. I was going to ask the psychology department to form breakout groups to discuss the contents of the second verse, which I still can't figure out. Lonesome friends of science say the world will end most any day. Well, that's just and that's okay. I don't live here anyway. I live down deep inside my head, where long ago I made my bed, where we gather here to plant Steve's tree, with loving friends and family. Now poor old planet Pluto now never stood a chance, oh how. You got invited to the interplanetary dance. Once a mighty planet there, now just an ordinary star, hanging out in Hollywood at some old funky sushi bar. Chorus, lonesome friends of science say the world will end most any day. Well, if it does, then that's okay, 'cause I don't live here anyway. I live down inside my head, where long ago I made my bed. We're gathered here to plant Steve's tree, his loving friends and family. The Vulcan lives in Birmingham, sometimes he just won't give a damn. His head is full of bumblebees, fighting down below his knees. Venus left him long ago for a kind might alone. The Vulcan sent a wedding gift, 3 students who went and lived on. Chorus! The lonesome friends of science say the world will end most any day. But when it does, that's okay, I don't live here anyway. I live down inside my head, where long ago I made my bed. We're gathered here to plant Steve's tree, his loving friends and family. Those passengers are one left coast to experiment with mountain goats, which leaves the universe alone. Not their business, not their own. I go to sleep and it never rains. My dog predicts hurricanes. She just over a mile away. That's all the news we have today. Those friends of science say the world will end most any day. Well, if it does, then that's okay, 'cause I don't live here anyway. I live down inside my head, where long ago I made my bed. We're gathered here to plant Steve's tree, his loving friends and family. The last line, of course, is new, right? You figured that out.
thank you so much for that.